Hello everybody, what's going on? This is Word here, and I don't think my music's enabled. There we go, feeling the vibes. Yes guys, this is Word here, and I'm bringing you a Wings of Liberty match. As a matter of fact, I tried to get enough content to just, upload purely HOTS while HOTS is down, but unfortunately, with the amount that I want to upload, it just doesn't work. I did manage to get up, I believe, Minigun versus Idra, and an awesome series between Yong and FXO's Lucky. Yong, of course, from Clarity Gaming. So I would definitely recommend checking those out if you want some HOTS flavor, but if you want to see some good old Wings of Liberty between two damn good players, you are in the right place. Spawning in the upper left of this ZOTAC Cup, best of 3, he is the Blue Zerg from Team Liquid. He is Snute. And his opponent from Team Acer, the Red Zerg, very scary. He is Nerchio. Of course, Nerchio Polish, Snute from Norway. For some reason, back in the day, maybe like a year ago, I always thought Snute was Australian. And it was just because he looked like he was from Australia. I don't know what Australian people necessarily looked like, but when I first saw Snute, I'm like, this guy's Australian, I can tell. I was wrong. About as wrong as you can be. Australia's pretty far away from Europe. But what are you going to do? So yeah, Snute Norwegian, Nerchio Polish, neither of those particularly relevant on the match, except that these are both EU players. Of course, the ZOTAC Cup is a European tournament held quite regularly, and really appreciate the guys at ZOTAC for that. They produce a lot of good games. They give a lot of pro gamers a good reason to play. Of course, there's money involved, and they give a lot of good replays for us casters, so we can bring you guys some pretty good content. Now, it's going to be a ZVZ, again, a best of 3. We're going to see these Overlords heading out across the map. The map is Ohana, a.k.a. the smaller Aculon Flats. And looks like Nerchio is opening up pretty aggressively here with gas before pool. I'm feeling like it's going to be a speed opening. Not necessarily like a go all in, keep drones in gas, get banelings really quick. I think he'll get speed, then maybe leave one in gas. That's how I feel. It's how Nerchio likes to play. We do see a neutral depot at the bottom of each of these ramps that is lifted up. I don't think I've seen this for a long time, actually. What the hell? What the hell? But, that's there, guys. Check it out. Happening right in front of you. So, yeah, Nerchio's going to be laying the aggression on. We're going to have a little while before he gets started, though. Just going to get up to the 100 gas, then he'll start speed, and we'll see if how I feel was correct. Just want to remind you guys, every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. EST, including this coming week. Tonight is March 10th. Oh, my God, we are less than... What time is it? I don't know what time it is, but it's something like 30 hours or 36 hours till Heart of the Swarm release. Going to be amazing. Have you pre-ordered? I've pre-ordered. Of course you've pre-ordered. You're a nerd baller. Everyone's pre-ordered. Very excited. And, so what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, every Wednesday. So post-HOTS release, every Wednesday, I do Spotlight on Clarity, which is an interview show with a member of Clarity. And that small half-hour interview, he totally pulled out of gas. Oh my God, I'm distracting myself. I'm sorry. Spotlight on Clarity is an interview show where I interview a member of Clarity, and if it's a player, which it will be this week, we go into a best-of-7 show match, which will be Heart of the Swarm because it will be post-release, and for $100, and it is just always awesome. Last week, I had Clarity Gaming's Young on, and he played against FXO's Lucky. It was an incredible series. It's the series I mentioned earlier. That is what is on my channel at the moment. Oh, look at Nerchio hiding these lings. So clever. Does not want his opponent to see them. Doesn't want Snute to know any earlier than he should. Now, did Snute get a look at that gas? Hold on. Oh, he didn't actually even see the gas, so he's not going to expect this at all. That could be very rough for him. But before the action happens, guys, tune in Wednesday 9 p.m. EST. That is at twitch.tv/thehandsomernerd. You'll see me interview a player and then cast a best-of-7 show match between them and another pro gamer for $100. The show is awesome. It's a lot of fun. You learn a lot about a pro gamer, and then you see them play. It's going to be very cool, so I would love to see you there. But now it is time, folks. Nerchio is coming in. How many links does he have? 24 to the very few of Snute. In fact, Snute has 0. He does have a wall and 3 queens, though. Nerchio going to try to run in. He is not getting up this ramp, period. Snute needs to pull his drones back, though, if he wants to save them. Otherwise, he's going to be taking huge losses, and he is. 5 workers down already. That's probably going to keep increasing. There's a transfuse on the queen. This is the unfortunate queen that's able to get surrounded, but the beautiful positioning from Snute is knocking this back, and with that aggression coming, he knew what he had to do. Of course, he had those overlords in the center of the map to spot those lings. You can't deny that sort of knowledge for long. And he just did it beautifully. Great spot for the Roach Warren. I mean, you saw it happen, guys. Awesome SimCity with the queens, very good. And we see that Snute is actually able to get roaches up, so he's going to have the momentum a little bit in his favor. Once he gets a decent ball of roaches, speedlings stop being good. Once you get probably more than 6 roaches, I'd say, Just Speedlings just stop being cost effective against them. They ball up too much. There's not enough surface area. Roaches have that base armor, which of course negates a lot of the Zergling attack. It's kind of a nightmare. So it looks like Snute is going to be coming in here. He is actually not researching speed at all. He's going directly into roaches. He's getting on the creep here, and he's not going to be able to do a lot of damage, but what he is going to be able to do is get a scout off on his opponent, unless he engages. All right, he's going to pick that battle. Very good, very good. He's got to see this lair, though. He is going to see it. Nerchio's own Roach Warren going to come up. Now, what can Snute do with this slight advantage? His Evo Chamber is a little bit behind. His lair is quite a bit behind. So actually, the only thing he can do is get bigger roach numbers, which he isn't doing. So the game is actually evened out a bit. By the way, it looks like Nerchio actually did kill 10 drones. So that Zergling aggression wasn't for naught, but it wasn't enough. We see the drone count is tied up. That's because Nerchio dumped a bunch of larvae into Lings and didn't kill enough drones to swing it into his favor. So it kind of ended up evening up, and actually our techs evened up a little bit too. Nerchio, I would say, is actually a little bit ahead. Of course, his lair is quicker. He can start his roach speed sooner, and he's going into double Evo, so he can start his +1 and +1. I thought he already had an Evo. I guess I was mistaken. So yeah, actually, it's definitely going to be advantage Nerchio at this point. Not a huge advantage, though. By no means a game-ending advantage at all. We see Snute's lair is up. He can start his roach speed here, and look at that. It's a 17-second difference with this rush distance pretty much negated. So it's going to be good. These guys are probably going to move into third base mode. Reducing Nerchio has got his down. Snute as well. So that wasn't more of a prediction, more of I saw it on the map and talked about it. And we have a creep spread coming out here from Snute, which is interesting. Makes me think he wants to be aggressive. You don't see a lot of creep spread in ZVZ, mostly just to connect the bases, but it looks like he's being kind of aggressive with it. I mean, he did make the extra queens for defense, but I mean, he is just totally going all out in the creep tumors, so you can play defensive with this if you were to take a fast fourth or something, but that's something you almost never, ever see in ZVZ. So that was me totally spitballing. Snute is definitely going to be going for attack soon. He is piling on the roaches. He's got roach speed. He's going to probably attack once he gets roach speed and +1 done. How many larvae does the man have? Quite a few. He's got 9 larvae with that pop, and he is actually making drones. So no, I can't read this at all. This creep spread is really throwing me off here. I'm just not used to players spreading creep in ZVZ. It's, I mean, he must be pretty confident here. We see Nerchio is actually going for a creep highway sort of situation, not really using it, but it's definitely there. So it looks like Nerchio is going to be the one who's going to be aggressive, and we have 12 roaches on each side. We got the +1 going to finish for Snute a little bit before Nerchio, and his roach speed is going to finish up just now. So he shouldn't have a problem holding this. Nerchio almost certainly going to back off once he sees this concave. There we go. And what is he rallying forward? Well, actually, quite a few more roaches. He's got his +1/+1 started too, so he's getting in position right now. He's going to deny this creep, which you know, isn't necessarily bad for Snute. Honestly, I still can't figure out this creep. Like I said, obviously, you know, every Zerg unit is going to get a benefit from that creep, and if you're not prepared for your attack, the opponent's just going to get there faster. And the creep's only going to benefit your attack the further out it extends, which takes longer, so you're pushing for a timing that might not happen because things become more and more uncertain later in the game. It's tough. It's tough to analyze something like that. So I would love to talk to Snute about that. Unfortunately, he is probably 3,000 miles away from me at any given time. But I do want his thoughts. I want your thoughts too. Let me know in the comments what you think, because, you know, given how much I'm talking about this, it's probably driving you crazy. We do see a Hydralisk Den about to come up here for Nerchio. Snute going pure roach right now. If you take a look at that handy dandy structures tab, we see no Hydra Den completed or in production. So Snute is going pure roach, but only 1 Evo chamber. That's why I thought he was looking for a +1 timing here. Not necessarily looking late game, but he's throwing me off, man. But that's sometimes what you got to do in ZVZ, and especially in StarCraft. It's the mind games, it's the meta game. Sometimes you got to even throw off the casters, casting your game a week after the fact. Now, Snute's going to be coming in here. He has maxed out on roaches. He has not maxed out, but pretty close. He hasn't switched into Hydras like Nerchio has, so he doesn't have a tiny lull in production or anything like that. And behind this, he did just make 10 drones. So he is just going to see what his opponent has. If his opponent has tech switched before he does, he wants to make sure that he can hold him back a little bit while he gets Hydras up too. We're going to see these roaches crashing into each other. It's 1-0 versus 1-1 in favor of Nerchio. I'm going to keep the roach count up there on the top, but it looks like Snute is actually barreling forward so far. We got transfuses for Nerchio, a pretty good arc, but the roach numbers for Snute are starting to look very good. Of course, the defender's advantage is going to go to the red Zerg from Acer, but is it going to be enough? The Spinecrawler Unburrowed can get focused down, but now it looks like Snute will be pushed back. He is only making roaches, though. Still no Hydralisk Den in production. He's going forward. He knows he's doing a lot of damage to his opponent, and he wants that win. He sees that he might have a window here. His +2 is going to be finishing very soon. More and more roaches coming out, dumping all his gas into roaches. Can't really transition too effectively into Hydralisks. We don't see any Hydras out here for Nerchio either. He hasn't researched the Hydralisk range upgrade, what it's called, Grooved Spines. Yeah, that's it. Okay, there he is going into it now. But he's also pushing out with these roaches, which is pretty interesting to me. I figured he would wait for Hydras. These guys are driving me crazy, but damn do I love a game that keeps me guessing. Nerchio going to be coming up. The army supply hugely in favor of Snute. A lot of that is roaches, and normally it'd be like, oh, he's got so many roaches. It's just ballooned because of that, but it's roaches versus roaches. So in this case, yeah, the superior numbers are going to win it out. Nerchio does have the 1-1, but Snute's going to have 2-0 now. He is as well. The upgrade advantage is going to be in favor of the player with 2 evolution chambers. That's not a shocker. But now we are going to see Hydras get mixed in here. And Nerchio already has a nice big roach ball that he can use to defend these Hydras. Looks like Snute is going to push that roach ball back, though. He has how many roaches on the field? 60 roaches to the 30 of his opponent. Actually, that might... oh, that could kill Nerchio right now. He's got a few Hydralisks here. Let's see, 8 on the map. But it's going to be so hard to get into a proper position when he's backed into his base like this. He can't get the good concave. His Hydras aren't going to be firing. This is going to be so tough to defend. Snute going to be coming in here with a ton of roaches, and oh my god, it looks like Nerchio is getting run over. Nothing to protect the Hydralisks. They get focused on very quickly, and a lot of the damage output that Nerchio was relying on is gone. The roach is getting swallowed up as well, and it does not look like Nerchio is going to be able to hold the Snute, skipping other tech entirely, only getting 1 Evo chamber, but still just powering out those roaches, dumping everything he has. Perfect economy. And Nerchio not too happy about it. And you know what? It is a weird style. I don't know about it being gay, but it's definitely strange. Definitely not something I'm used to. And I think Nerchio is kind of in the same boat. So that's going to put Snute up 1-0 in this best of 3. Let's get that second game out there.